Politicians and Government. Have you ever wondered where are today's George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, John Adams, and Benjamin Franklin? Those in our government in the beginning of our country were doctors, lawyers, farmers, teachers, merchants, inventors, scientists, soldiers, generals, and yes, ministers. In fact, 29 out of 56 of our signers of the Declaration of Independence had seminary or Bible school degrees. They were devoted to hard work, without self-greed, love for God and for country. And when you looked at their occupation, it didn't say politician. To them, it was an honor to protect and serve the people of the United States of America. Today, those in government think it's a career instead of duty, honor, or a privilege to serve we the people. They all have their hands in places they don't belong. 95% of elected officials haven't managed a company, owned a business, or had to make payroll. Once they get into office, they vote for themselves the best health care, salaries, retirement with all the perks and benefits, while they advertise their services to the highest bidder. Let there be no doubt that our elected officials in city, state, and country are filled with corruption. There is no one in government or politics today that is capable of restoring our country.
Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. George Washington.
If we're going to fix banking, Wall Street, Social Security, healthcare, secure our borders, put 30 million unemployed Americans back to work, and restore our country, we must raise one of our own from among we the people. We cannot survive the coming years with stimulus packages that are filled with 8,500 earmarks, paybacks to those who have lobbied and paid for the services of our elected officials. We need to put term limits on government, and with no retirement or benefits. Remember, it's an honor to serve your country. It's not a lifetime retirement plan.
It has been said that politics is the second oldest profession. I have learned that it bears a striking resemblance to the first. Ronald Reagan.
We want it to be the law of the land that Congress cannot make any law that applies to citizens of the United States that does not apply equally to the senators or representatives, or vice versa. We want it to be against the law for anyone to advertise false or misleading information on all issues we vote on and candidates we vote for. All issues we vote on to be completely separate and with no fine print where everyone knows and understands what they are voting on.
Honesty is the first chapter in the Book of Wisdom. Thomas Jefferson.
We want it to be against the law for any elected official in city, state, or country to accept any gifts, perks, or any kind of relationships with lobbyists from banking, Wall Street, corporate America, or any special interest groups. The penalty for committing this crime will be 3 times what the law allows if convicted. In return, we're offering a much better wage for our elected officials. By doing this, it will help end corruption and, most importantly, attract a better qualified person to be in our government.
The people are the government, administering it by their agents. They are the government, the sovereign power. Andrew Jackson.
We want every division of government to have a complete, itemized audit that is transparent so that we, the people, can see who and what we are paying for. One thing is for sure, you, the government, are not losing your job, house, car, retirement, investment, or having trouble putting food on your table. Our nation is in the greatest crisis we have ever seen, and we haven't even hit bottom yet. We've had over 235 years to get it right, and we have nothing to show for great leadership or our voting ability. If you ask for something for nothing, that means that someone else has already broken a sweat to pay for it. You must be willing to earn what you want in life and not ask what the government will give you. You reap what you sow. A government that is strong enough to give you what you want is also strong enough to take everything you have.
When the government fears the people, there is liberty, but when the people fear the government, there is tyranny. Thomas Jefferson.
We must come together as Americans and rely on ourselves to restore our government and our country. It is our constitutional right to have a republic as our form of government under the 4th Article, 4th Section, and I quote, "The United States shall guarantee to every state in the Union a republican form of government." We have stood strong for too long to stand for this, and it's in our hands to take back our land. We must educate our youth on the true meaning of the Pledge of Allegiance and our U.S. form of government, and this is a great reminder for all of us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
I give an oath of loyalty to the symbol that stands for all 50 states of America,
And to the republic for which it stands,
our form of government given to us by our founding forefathers.
one nation under God.
The dedication of our nation and people to the Almighty.
Indivisible,
A country that cannot be divided.
with liberty,
Having the right to act according to our own free will.
and justice for all.
To be fair or just, and that is promised to us by the law of the land for every man, woman, and child. What exactly is our form of government, and how did we get it?